Everyone, my name is Pavan and I welcome you all towards our Art of Laws YouTube family. And today we'll be dealing with one of the most important ever questions for your UGC NET law option, especially for your constitution and administrative law. Almost 12 to 13 questions you'll be getting. Days are very little for your preparation, and some people have just started with your preparation, some people have already started. But today we'll be dealing with only the important questions, the most repeated ever topics being asked for the exam. So I'll tell you now, as the days are very little, it's really impossible for you to read all the commentaries and all, but the most important questions, if you're able to revise again and again, then trust me, yaar, even though questions are coming out of the box, you will be able to answer. See, that's why I tell people, whenever you're preparing for UGC NET Law paper, especially for paper 2, you will need to do as much as mock question papers. You need to do as much as PYQ. Only then your entire paper is going to be easy. If not, trust me, it's going to be very, very hard for you, very tough for you. And I know for the fact that for the next few couple of days, if you're able to really hard work properly with proper mind and heart, then trust me, you will really be able to ace this exam. And I wish you all the best. Have hope. Do not lose your hope until the end. That's one small request I have. Please do have your hope. That would be the best ever thing which you can do for this entire exam. Keeping that in the mind, we'll be starting with our prep for today, especially for UGC NET Law optional ka paper, especially for paper 2 Constitutional and Administrative Law. As most of you know that from 12 to 13 questions comes from the respective area. Now, keeping that in the mind, we'll be solving all the questions. Which of the following is not a feature of the Indian Constitution? Four options given. Federal system with a strong central government. Option B, parliament system of government. Option C, secular state. Option D, unitary system with a weak central government. Obviously, the answer is option D, because we do not have a weak central government. It is a balance between the center and the state. That's why we say it's a federal system of government. All right. Option 2, the power of judicial review in India is vested with whom? The power of judicial review, it is not with the parliament, neither president or any other authoritative body under legislative domain. It comes only under Supreme Court and High Court. For an extent, they can also do it, not in all stages. I'll tell you what and what particular stages can High Court review a particular matter, but most of the time, the power of judicial review is merely lying within the Supreme Court. Keep that in the mind. Point number 3. Which article of the Indian Constitution deals with the amendment procedure? So, the amendment procedure, open your Barak, open Article 368, just give a small read. Okay, they're given four couple of options: Article 32, 370, 356, 368, and the right answer is Article 368. Keep in the mind. The President of India can declare national emergency under what? So remember, we have three kinds of emergency: financial emergency, national emergency, and what is the third emergency? I want you to let me know in the comment box. Okay. Now the President of India can declare a national emergency under what particular grounds? It is Article 352. Remember, learn all the three emergencies and see what are the articles for it. Just write it down somewhere in your book. It will be more than enough. All right. Fifth important question. The concept of basic structure of the Constitution was proposed in the case of which one? The basic structure constitution. Never forget. You should never be forgetting this question. The answer is Keshananda Bharati versus the state of Kerala. Very, 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 very important question. Keshananda Bharati versus the state of Kerala. This question is very important, super, super, super important, because our entire basic structure was majorly being discussed in this particular case. And SR Bombay case, if they're asking, just remember that SR Bombay was majorly about whether secularism is part of the basic structure doctrine. Yes, it was added, and they also decided that secularism is part of the basic structure doctrine. So just remember even that. Okay, it's a very important point. Never forget it. Now, which of the following is not a ground for the president's power to dissolve the Lok Sabha? So, which of the following is not a ground for the president power to dissolve Lok Sabha? 1. Completion of its term. Yes, president can dissolve if the completion of the term is done. For example, if BJP has completed its term, it can dissolve. Loss of majority support. Yes, it can remove it. Presidential discretion and failure to pass the budget. The right answer is which of the following is not a ground for president's power to dissolve? Presidential discretion. Simply whenever he wants, president cannot actually dissolve the Lok Sabha. No, there is a procedure which needs to be followed by president. Keep that in the mind. Seventh question. The directive principles of state policy are enshrined in which part of the Indian Constitution? Remember, the directive principle comes under part 4. Please do make sure that you are referring to the Constitution regularly. I have my barracks next to me. If you observe, I've just arranged my barracks properly over here. So very simple. I want all of you to go to your barrack once. If you have the barrack, please at least open in the document, so you will never be regretting that you have never seen the barrack. At least go through the index page. So that will be at least really helpful for you. Keep one barrack with you always, regardless. This is a Bible for me. Always my barrack is behind me and it's a Bible for me. So, part 4. The power to impeach the president of India lies with whom? It is lying with the both the house of parliament. Okay, either it can be passed by one of the houses of parliament. So both the house of parliament, they can start to initiate it. Okay, so both the house of parliament has power to impeach the president. It's not just one house. Okay, which of the following is not a writ issued by the High Court or Supreme Court? So remember, habeas corpus, mandamus, quo warranto, certiorari is what is the writ. Okay, injunction is not a writ, so you have to just select the odd one out. See, answers to itna easy hai. UGC NET ka law paper, it's very easy, and here it's a free initiative from our side which we really want you to clear this particular exam. That's why we're coming up with a simple topic so that you learn to clear it. Okay, the Parliament of India consists of four options they have given: Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and Legislative Assemblies, Rajya Sabha and Legislative Council, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and Legislative Assemblies. Even the bacha should be able to answer this question. That is about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, I hope this is all basics. If you do not know, no, please don't write the exam only. This is like very simple question. You should be able to answer it. The President of India is elected by whom? The President of India is elected direct election by people. Do people elect the President? No, not at all. Indirect election by the members of Parliament and state assemblies. Appointment by the Prime Ministers. Appointment by the Chief Justice of India. And the answer is indirect election by the members of parliament and state legislation assemblies. So you know for the fact who elects the president, it is by the members of parliament as well as state assemblies. The parliament can legislate on matters enumerated in parliament can legislate on the matters of what? Okay, union list, concurrent list, union and concurrent list, union, state, and concurrent list. The parliament can legislate on the matters relating to union, state, and concurrent list. I'll tell you one thing, okay? So, but why I've written all the three options is general was about. I'll give you an explanation. Don't get confused. Concurrent list means what? Center and state can decide. Union list means what? Union list. Union list means whom? You will just answer. Union list on center can decide. Why state is about certain aspect of state parliament can decide. For example, when that particular state is under the control of the parliament also. For example, I'll give you a very simple example. Okay, when there is any kind of emergency in a particular state, the entire power of deciding of that particular state goes to whom? It goes to the state. So just remember that goes to the parliament. Just keep that also in mind. The concept of rule of law was introduced in India by whom? Is it Montesquieu, Dicey, Austin, or Salmon? Remember, it is always Dicey. Dicey, by heart this. This is a by hearting question. You have to by heart it. Okay, Dicey is the right answer. All right. Huh. The power of president to promulgate the ordinances is provided under which article? It is Article 123. I'll open the Bar Act once again for your reference, and I'll just read along the Bar Act 123 with you. Okay. So it says about the power of the president to promulgate ordinances during the recess of parliament. That is already given in your Bar Act. So make sure that you are having Bar Act next to you so that you can remember. And every article or section, I know it's very hard to remember, but I want you to at least by heart the important articles. Very important. The Parliament of India can legislate on matters enumerated in the Union list under which article? Article 246. By heart this. This also you have to by heart it. Important articles एक paper में लिख दो and make sure that you're constantly revising it again and again. Which of the following is not a feature of Indian Constitution? Which of the following is not a feature of Indian Constitution? Federal system with a strong central government, parliament system of government, secular state, unitary system with a weak central government. Answer is unitary system with a weak central government. Okay, is not a feature of central government. Obviously, this is a repeated question, but I want you to learn it again and again. The power of judicial review of India is vested with whom? It's vested with Supreme Court. Just keep that also in their mind. Okay. So the next question is about which of the following articles of Indian Constitution deals with the protection of interest of minorities? Again, it's a Bar Act based question. So if you observe article, there are a couple of article 29, 30, 31, 32 given. So what I want to do is I will just quickly go to the article 30 and see right to minorities. It's just given clearly in the Bar Act. Learn that. Okay. The power to issue. So this is Article 30. By heart karna hi hoga. Important articles. The power to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights is vested with whom? The writs, remember, it is Supreme Court as well as the High Court. Supreme Court under Article 32 you can approach. High Court under Article 226 you can approach. Keep that also in the mind. Very important. Now the next is about which of the following is not a function of Election Commission of India? Conducting elections to the Parliament, conducting elections to the state legislative assemblies, conducting elections to the President and Vice President, conducting elections of the Office of Governors. So option D is the answer. This is not the function. Governor is not being selected by election commission. It's done by the president. Okay. The Parliament of India can legislate on the matters enumerated in the union list under which article? It's Article 246. Remember that it is under Article 246. The President of India can declare national emergency under which article? Article 352. I've already taught you this. And keeping that in the mind, it's very important for you to note down that without fail, that articles are very crucial and important questions, so that आपको regularly revision करना ही होगा. Okay. The next question would be about which of the following provisions cannot be amended by the Parliament under Article 368 of the Indian Constitution? Okay. So that is fundamental rights, DPSP, presidential power, all of the above. Answer is fundamental rights, irrespective. You cannot be changing it. Okay. Next, which of the following is not a function of President of India? To act as a supreme commander of the armed forces, to dissolve the Lok Sabha, to pass laws unilaterally, to appoint judges of the Supreme Court. Remember, the answer is to pass the laws unilaterally is not the function of President of India, whereas other three are the powers of the President. The provision of Union of States is given under which article of the Indian Constitution? It is Article 1. Very simple, yaar. You have to get full marks for this. Article 1 very clearly speaks about Union of States. And this one, what is the maximum permissible interval between the two sessions of the parliament? It is between 6 months. Okay, 6 months is the time frame where they get the gap for it. Which of the following is not covered under fundamental rights in Indian Constitution? It is right to property. Okay, right to property. It is not covered in part of the fundamental right in the Constitution. The Constitution of India was adopted in which year? The Constitution of India was adopted in 26th November 1949. Now, very importantly, I want to do some kind of parallel checks and let me know about your answers while you're trying to solve one by one, and make sure that you are not making any such of mistakes in this area. All right, so next question is about which of the following is true regarding the power of the President of India to grant pardons? Okay, the president can grant pardons on all cases. The president can grant pardons only in cases of conviction for offenses under ordinary law. The president cannot grant pardons in cases of military offenses. The president cannot grant pardons in all cases. The answer is the president cannot grant pardons in cases of military offenses. Okay, that is the this one. Just keep that in the mind. Under the Indian Constitution, the fundamental rights are applicable to Indian citizens, all persons in India, Indian citizens and foreigners, Indian citizens and foreign nationals on Indian soil. The answer is all persons in India. Okay. So fundamental rights are basically being applicable to all persons in India. Certain aliens, who are aliens, right? For example, foreigners who are settling India, for them, they don't get every fundamental rights. No, there are certain kind of exceptions for it also. Now, the last question which I would like to discuss for today is about the Constitution of India provides for a single citizenship, which means option A citizen must be loyal to only one state in India. All citizens are citizens of India only. Indian citizens can have the dual citizenship. Only residents of Delhi are citizens of India. Answer is all citizens are citizens of India only. So constitution mein questions are coming very simple, very generic. Make sure that these questions are regularly repeating again and again and practicing, taking a screenshot of it and regularly practicing for the same. Wish you all the best. Good luck. And I hope you all prepare this exam, clear this exam at the very first go itself. Take care. Goodbye. This is me, Pavan, signing off. And along with that, you can also join our WhatsApp group. We can also share the extra materials whichever is needed for you. In our description, you can find all the details. Take care. Goodbye. This is me, Pavan, signing off. Once again, I hope if you like this video, if you have any comment suggestions, let me know in the comment box. I'd be happy to help and improve for the same. Thank you.